everybody, so I refinanced my dental school loans twice, and in this video I'm going to be telling you why you shouldn't refinance and when you don't want to refinance, and then I'll be telling you why you should refinance and my refinancing journey and how it's going, and then towards the end I'll also tell you how I've been getting all my financial information and who I suggest you guys should follow as well. Okay, so now for reasons why you shouldn't refinance your loans. If you are thinking about doing public service loan forgiveness or an income-based driven repayment program once you graduate from dental school, then you shouldn't refinance your loans because you will not be eligible for those programs as soon as you refinance. Public service loan forgiveness is a great program that I looked into, and that's where you can work for a job that qualifies, such as like a military job. That's the reason why I was looking into it at first. So if I were to work for the military for 10 years and make the minimum payment, which is about, I think, 10% of my income every month for 10 years, then I would be able to get my student loans forgiven. And the good thing about PSLF, which is public service loan forgiveness, is that you don't have to pay a huge tax bomb at the end. So then another really good program that if you do, you don't want to refinance is the repay program, or pay as you earn. It's another income-based driven program where you pay 10% of your income every month for 10 years. There might be some that you do for 25 years, and then at the end of that loan term, so at the end of those 10 years, then the government will forgive your student loans. But if you do a program like repay, then you'll have to pay a huge tax bomb at the end. So you'll have to pay taxes on what is forgiven because the amount that is forgiven is looked at as income. So if you graduate from USC, that taxable amount might be around $500,000. You should also not refinance your loans if you can't make the monthly payments, because as soon as you refinance your loans, you will have to start making monthly payments and you will not be able to defer those. So right now, if you are in dental school right now, your loans are deferred. Well, most of the time they'll be deferred, and you won't have to start making payments until 6 months after you graduate dental school. But if you refinance, you'll have to make payments right away. So it really doesn't make sense to refinance if you don't currently have a job or if you don't currently have any income, because then there's no way you'll be able to afford the payments anyways. Now I'm going to tell you about why you should refinance. First, you should refinance if you can make the monthly payments, of course. So second, you should refinance if you know for sure that you are not going to do an income-based driven repayment plan once you graduate. And then third, you should refinance if you meet all those requirements and you want to save a lot of money. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit of a background story and why I think I'm a good candidate for this refinancing situation thing. So I have a Navy scholarship for dental school called HSCP, and this scholarship doesn't pay my entire tuition, but instead they give me around $5,000 a month, and I can use that money for whatever I'd like, but I'm choosing to use that money to help me pay back my student loans. Therefore, if I get a lower interest rate, I would just be saving a lot of money during these 4 years since I'm putting all of my money towards my loans anyways. That's the big reason why I decided to refinance and why it was going to work for me. After I graduate, I have a 4-year commitment to the Navy where I have to work for them as a dentist for 4 years. Now you might be wondering, why am I not doing public service loan forgiveness if I only have to work for the military for 6 more years? So the reason why I don't want to commit 10 whole years is kind of because I'm nervous and scared that I won't completely love it, and I just don't want to be locked into this thing that I have to do because I need my dental school loans to be forgiven. Now I'm going to tell you how much I refinanced and who I refinanced with and just this entire journey. I'm only going to talk about my first year of dental school debt because second year is a little bit different since I took out like a different private loan, and it's just going to make it more confusing. So for simplicity, I'm just going to talk about 1 year's worth of dental school debt. So For the first year of dental school, I had around $93,000 that I wanted to refinance. I refinanced around $93,000 with SoFi, and they gave me an interest rate of about 5.3%. Now you might be wondering, what was my interest rate before? So my interest rate before averaged to be about 7.1% because I had a Stafford loan and a Grad Plus loan. The Grad Plus loan was at 7.6% and the Stafford loan was at 6.6%. And I had to take these two loans out every trimester. So it averaged about to be 7.1%. So from the 7.1% average to the 5.3 average, that's already a lot of savings on those $93,000. That's over $6,000 in interest a year. Just in interest, which is a lot of money that I wanted to save. Okay, and it doesn't end there. This year, I was listening to the Student Loan Planner. The Student Loan Planner has a podcast and his name is Travis and he's awesome, and that's basically where I get all my financial information, and then also other podcasts and YouTube videos. But the Student Loan Planner was talking, I forgot to who, but he was talking about how interest rates now are at their lowest low and how you should refinance if your interest rate is above 5.0%. So my interest rate at the time was 5.3%, so it was only a little bit higher, but I decided to see if I can find a lower interest rate. So I did what he said, and he also mentioned that if you find a lower interest rate, you can also tell your current lender that you found a lower interest rate, and most of the time they'll rate match you. So what I did was I found a lower interest rate because he was right, interest rates right now are very low. And then I told my current lender, which is SoFi, and they rate matched me. And then they even lowered my rate even more after I signed up for autopay. So right now I refinanced all of my loans, which is now I got it down to around $80,000, and I refinanced that amount and got a new interest rate of 4.444%, which is a really good deal. That means at the new 4.444 interest rate, I'm only paying $4,000 in interest a year, which is still money given away that like I could use, but that's a lot of money that I'm saving. I do also plan on refinancing again, probably at the end of my second year, just so I can accumulate all of my loans into one, but hopefully I can still lock in like an interest rate that is that good. To give you a ballpark idea of how much I'm paying for that $80,000 loan that I currently have to make payments on, I'm paying around $870 per month. So that's a payment that I have to make that I can't get out of no matter what. So if you plan on refinancing, but you're also planning on buying a house or buying a practice or buying a car all at the same time, you have to make sure that you have enough money that can go towards making your loan payment, or else your lender probably won't approve you for the refinance anyways. So another person that I recommend you guys looking up is the dentist. So her name is Samantha, and you can find her at DATBootcamp.com. So debt plus dentist makes dentist. And I found her through Student Loan Podcast as well, Student Loan Planner Podcast as well. And she's awesome, and I'm pretty sure she also graduated from USC Dental School. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not completely sure, so don't quote me on it. But Samantha from the dentist, she graduated with over $600,000 in dental school debt, and she basically talks about her journey and how she's paying that down. And she's also not doing an income-based repayment program. I really like following her because I don't know many people nowadays that aren't doing income-based repayment programs just because dental school is so expensive. Follow her and follow Travis at Student Loan Podcast for good financial information. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any comments or suggestions, or if you want to talk about your financial journey, leave it down below. and I'll reply to them. Also, I have a SoFi code that I'll put in the description box. You guys don't have to use it, but if you do use it, you'll get $100 off or something like that. This video is not sponsored, so if you'd like to use it and you use it, then I'll get a little bit of money, but you don't have to use it. So I'm leaving it up to you guys. And if you guys find a better deal off of a different website, then use that. I support that as well. Okay, thank you. See you guys next time.